titles. Go.
I'm excited for lunch.
Crazy eyes.
Stonewalled.
That really tapped my ass.
Beans on the porch.
We can both hate candy corn.
Spoozie season, the sequel.
I'm gonna fall down.
Yeah, but that's heater logic.
Skittles segregation.
Desert butthole.
He got repossessed.
They're called bagels.
I hope all your characters die.
The Pancake Kid. But wait. Woo!
What in the blue fucking hell?
Woo!
Let's do this.
What's wrong with him?
Warning. What you are about to hear contains explicit language, adult themes, and potentially disturbing content. The views and opinions expressed are those of the hosts and do not reflect the opinions of anyone else, anywhere, ever, in the history of the world. This podcast is intended for an immature audience and should not be listened to by anyone, anywhere, ever, in the history of the world. You know, fuck it. You've been warned.
Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of Geek Pod. I'm your host, Paul.
I'm Hugh.
No Corbs.
DC.
I'm Jack, and your eyes just got really big, Paul, when you said your name, and it freaked the fuck out of me.
Guys, what's got you geeked?
Please don't look at me like that. I'm really creeped out, man.
I'm kind of geeked about the way you're making Jack feel right now. But,
I don't like this. I don't want it. I'm gone. Bye.
Nothing changed except Jack had more hair.
Basically, yeah.
So I don't know. I'm a little excited about something I ordered that isn't going to be here for a couple weeks. It's a while back I showed you that like Game Boy style handheld I had bought. Picked up something to replace that. It's something called the Trim UI Brick Hammer, and the Trim UI Brick is a solid device from a different company that everyone's been raving about for a while. They just released the hammer variant of that, which is all metal. It's really sharp. It's metal. The buttons on the back light up. It looks really cool. And but I'm going to talk about that when it shows up. Other than that, there's not a lot going on. I'm pretty excited for my lunch tomorrow because I made a huge batch of red beans and rice tonight, and that's always better the next day. So, not really exciting stuff for our listeners there. Just red beans and rice.
It sounds like one of those meals because goulash is like one of those meals that sit better when they sit. So I never actually had the red beans and rice. I'll have to try that.
Well,
So-
I mean, have to try that. I don't know how you do that because you're not going to like find it somewhere where it's like cooked all day the proper Cajun way. So
I'm
Unless you know
insisting
something.
I'm coming over and hanging out.
Oh,
Yes.
well, you can come over and I'll give you a portion. The hanging out thing, we'll have to see how that goes. But
Damn it. I
Just
got
gonna
this
leave a bowl on
close.
you
the
might just
porch.
have to eat on the porch. Yeah.
It's close. All right. I'll eat in front of your Ring camera. So like, can I come in? All right. So what has me geeked? I know I've discussed about this a couple times on the podcast, the Down East Cider brand. I'm really a fan of them. So what has me geeked this week? Can you see that a little bit okay?
Yep.
This is Down East Cider apple pie. So it's a seasonal thing, and you can't get it in stores here in New York. Like Hugh, I ordered this online. Not one, not two, but 3 4 packs of the Down East apple pie cider brand. And as LA Knight would say,
Yeah.
yeah. I had 2 of the 4 packs. Sorry, I'm on my last 4 pack now, and yeah,
That's just tonight? Or
okay, maybe I started on last Thursday. So had a couple during the Eagles game last week, maybe a couple too many, but it's okay. But it's very good. So the description really says it's a crisp apples with hints of cinnamon and vanilla. No baking is required. So I thought that was a little cheeky, but it was kind of funny. Down East Cider, like I said, they're based in Massachusetts. They have a brewery. They're always taking suggestions. So I know 1911 has an orange, creamsicle flavor, which I thought that was interesting. So I was like, Down East, they haven't written back. Of course, they're never probably gonna write back. I was like, why don't you try an orange brand? So they have a pumpkin flavor too, which is actually pretty decent as well. But yeah, like it's bad when you're drinking, and I've noticed when I drink, I buy a lot of shit like that 2XL years ago. I bought this Down East brand, so I'm a very big cheapskate, but then you wake up in the morning, you look at your credit card statement, I'm like, shit. So I bought 4 packs of the Down East Cider Apple Pie brand. Jack didn't just do that. You ready for what else he did? He door dashed himself. He wine and dined himself some possibilities. So I'm like, wow. He got the broccoli, walnuts, and garlic pasta and angel hair, which he likes, but he also got the bread and the tom sauce. So
Jesus.
I literally looked, I had a bottle of wine too. I was like, holy shit, I had cider and I had a bottle of wine. I'm wining and dining myself. I looked at the receipt the next morning, I'm like, 200 something dollars. I'm like, shit, I gotta stop drinking and buying shit. The possibilities order was like about $80.
I believe it.
So
Yeah.
what has me geeked was the cider, but I guess this turned into be like Jack being drunk ordering shit for himself. Go
When
ahead.
you said I didn't hear down east cider, I heard downy cider, and I was thinking that's kind of fucking rude, man.
A little bit down east cider, yes. Down east cider. If I ever go to Massachusetts again, which I like Boston, I want to check out this brewery. It looks pretty cool. So what has me geeked was the cider, but it turned into turn like when you drink, you order shit. So
Yeah,
as
you were you were you were dating yourself.
you whining and dining myself.
That's right.
There,
Just make
DC.
sure you give yourself a happy ending at the end of the night.
He still didn't. He rejected himself.
I blue balled myself.
I don't want to think about that.
Yep.
Can we move on, please?
It is Halloween after all.
That is a horror story. Yeah. Corbs, DC. One of you. Probably the one that's not having a coughing fit.
Um, I will what's got me geeked? Not much. Lately. Uh I can't talk about NFL because my team sucks because I got shut out on Sunday.
But you know what? The week before,
Yeah, we won finally.
but to who?
We beat the Saints, I think.
Five
Yeah,
times.
wasn't that right?
I think so.
I think we beat the Saints, but we lost last week to this past week to the Chiefs, 21-0, which even chaps my ass even more. Um, what else got me geeked? Like I said before we started, had a on phone telehealth consultation about my prosthetics. So we're moving forward there. Um, and oh yeah, I finally won in my fantasy hockey team with my fantasy hockey team last week. That had me geeked. This week I'm playing my son, and after 2 games, possibly three nights, um, I'm getting my ass kicked. Um, it serves me right. That's my kid. He's a hockey freak. Um, so he keeps texting me, wants to play NHL online against me, and I said, hell no. Um, that's one game I refuse to play him. He did beat me playing college football the other night, which was very, very strange because I don't lose in that game and I lost. And I lost to him. So it was humbling because I don't lose. Then I got my ass kicked. And we just randomized teams. So which was nice, because I played with a team I've never played with before. So and I struggled, but I only ended up losing by 6. So I came back. I was getting my ass beat, and I came back. I finally figured a few things out that worked for me that he couldn't stop. It's too little, too late. Um, Other than that, nothing else really. Uh, just waiting on Dungeons and Dragons.
It's coming.
As
Few
usual.
weeks.
As usual.
How long?
Few weeks.
Oh,
Three.
they said 3.
I thought it was 3, isn't it? I thought we were
3?
Yeah, it's on the 12th. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Whatever.
Whatever. Whenever it is, that's fine. So
That's
it's
it on me.
my turn.
It's
Yep.
your turn.
Uh, well, what's got me geeked? So I haven't been here in a couple weeks. So 2 weekends ago, I was in Cooperstown with my buddy. He had a work conference up there um Monday through Wednesday. Um, so he got a hotel room on Saturday and Sunday. So I drove up there Saturday afternoon, um, and stayed in this hotel room for the night. But we played golf on Saturday morning at a golf course that I've always wanted to play. And I'll backstory that is when Danny and I were growing up. So when DC and I grew up, we used to sell autographs with our father. We go to card shows, kind of like we do at the Horror Fest and the cons.
Hmm.
They used to have baseball card shows and autographs. They like they do at the cons. They have the celebrities come in. Well, with the autographs, they would have the athletes come in. We've met a shit ton of athletes.
Yeah, we met some cool guys, some
Yep,
assholes.
some assholes. Yep.
Um, but
So,
yeah,
so,
going down to Cooperstown Hall of Fame weekend every year when we were kids.
so, so we would go down there for the weekend, and sometimes we'd get a hotel room, sometimes we'd sleep in the car, sometimes we'd sleep on the street.
That was one year. Yep, slept in the street.
Yeah. Um, but it was always a good time. We always had a good time. The three of us would go down, and like I said, we'd spend the weekend. We go down on Friday after we got out of, or when Friday afternoonish, we'd go down. We'd hang out for the weekend. But there's a golf course down there that's right at the hotel where the players stayed, and that's where they used to have some of the autograph sessions. But these players would play the golf course, and you'd line the street trying to get autographs. And there is excuse me, there is a stone wall that separated the golf course from the street. So we'd go and stand right at this stone wall, and as the players would come down, they'd tee off and they'd start, walking down the fairway. They would come over and sign autographs. So one year when we were there, I said to my father and my brother, I said, "Some time in my life, I am going to play this golf course." Now I envisioned it being a little bit more on the grand scale. Hadn't played professional baseball and made the Hall of Fame and all that happy horse shit. Um, but my buddy Justin had played it last year, and he'd said when he got home, he's like, "You have to come and play this course with me next year." So, but he realized that they were going to be back there this year, and when they were going to be, he made tee times. So we went down, like I said, on Saturday and played, and it was everything that I had dreamed of. Like I literally was standing at the first tee box getting ready to tee off, and I was thinking to myself, "You're finally doing the one thing that you said you were going to do. You're playing the golf course that you've always wanted to play, that you can get on." I mean, there's courses that I want to play that I can never get on, but that's
Right.
besides the point. Um, so, like I said, finally got to play the golf course. The only problem with that was, and Danny will tell you, is I started to feel like a bag of shit on Friday. So I had a sore throat, scratchy throat, post-nasal drip, all this happy horse shit. I got up Saturday morning, and I still felt like crap. But I told myself, I'm going. I made these plans. I'm going down for the night. I'm playing on Saturday night, and I'm going to play again on Sunday morning. So when I got down there, like I am now, I was coughing a lot, stuffy nose. I did have a fever So it wasn't like I didn't have COVID, I didn't have the flu, anything like that. It was a real bad viral infection that I had. So when I was driving down, I actually caught up to my buddy Justin on the thruway, and we drove from Herkimer all the way to Cooperstown, following each other. So, the one thing that him and I do on the golf course is we'll smoke a cigar. But he brought a bottle of bourbon with him, which, as you guys know, that's my main drink now. I used to drink beer. For a while, I drank rum and cokes and everything, but I've started drinking bourbon. And he's like, "Oh, I bought a bottle of Elijah Craig, which is kind of a top of the line bourbon." And I was like, "Oh, great." I said, "And I don't fucking feel good, so I don't know how this is going to affect me."
Ugh.
He goes, "Don't worry about it. We'll just go ahead and we'll try to drink yourself into feeling better." Let me tell you, it doesn't work. Because I fucking tried.
We call that friend logic, Corbs.
We call that dumb logic.
No, we call that heater logic.
That's true. So, we pulled a bottle out of his bag. He had put it in his bag. We pull it out, and it's not a bottle of Elijah Craig. It's a bottle of Woodford, which is like the next step up from Elijah Craig. So I ordered I bought a Diet Coke, and he got me a glass with ice, and I started drinking Woodford and Diet Coke. And I drank a half a bottle of Woodford on the golf course. So let's just say by the time I got to the 16th hole, I was not in the best of shape. And it was pitch black out. And I'm like, all right, I'm fucking done. I can't see, I can't swing. I'm done. This motherfucker, in the dark, plays 17 and 18 and pars both holes. In the fucking dark. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was impressive. So after the round, we go to the bar.
That's a good idea.
Oh, it's a great idea. It was a fantastic idea. So we can walk into the main bar at the hotel, and there's open tables everywhere. So I walk out front. I'm like, "Hey, can we just sit at any table?" The guy's like, "No, they're all reserved." And I'm like, "Ain't nobody fucking sitting at them though." I'm like, "All I want to do is sit down and grab some food." Yeah, well, we can't do that. It's by reservation only. Okay, whatever. So we go back to the bar. I finally get an Elijah and Coke. He gets a Tito's and club soda, I think. I think that's what he was drinking. And the girl's like, "If you want to have a full menu, you got to sit at the bar. But if you go outside, you can get these like 5 appetizers and that's it off the menu." And we're like, "What the hell is that bullshit? Like you can only get a certain number of appetizers outside?" So we're like, "All right, that's the dumbest thing ever." So we ordered chicken wings because we were hungry. And then it started to rain. So we went back inside. After we'd already had the chicken wings, we went back inside. And we found a seat by the kind of right by they had a fireplace going. So we found a seat right there. We met this nice couple from downstate that was up for the weekend. Um, the lady is from Cooperstown, and her husband's from downstate. They live downstate. They brought their kids up to spend the night with grandma and grandpa. They are staying at the hotel. So we bought them around. So I had another Elijah and Coke. And I had one when we got into the bar too. So that was the third one I had. And then they bought us around. So we bought them around, they bought us around. So I've now had 4 Elijah and Cokes, plus half a bottle of Woodford. And I hadn't eaten anything but the chicken wings. So let's just say foobarred. I was beyond foobarred. So finally, there's 4 spots opened up at the bar. The couple we met wanted to go get something to eat. So we all went to the bar and sat at the bar and we ordered food. I got halfway through my burger and I looked over at Justin, who was sitting on my right, and I looked at him. I said, "I got to go upstairs." I said, I'm toasted, dude." He's like, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "You look like you're about ready to fall asleep." I'm like, "Dude, I'm shit faced. I haven't been like this shit faced in 25 years." So I decided to try to walk upstairs, not the stairs. I tried to walk to the elevator. And those of you who are drunk, have ever been drunk, and I know we've all been drunk. You don't walk in a straight line. You walk in a line like this. And I was weaving all the way down the hall. I got to the elevator, got upstairs. Our room was 5 doors down on the right off the elevator. It took me like 10 minutes to get to the room. And then I got in the room and I was standing there and I'm like, I'm gonna fucking fall over. I'm gonna fucking fall on my ass right here. Luckily I luckily I didn't fall down. But I did manage to take my contacts out. I got undressed and I slept on two chairs pushed together with an ottoman in the middle of it. That was my bed. So I literally sat in the bed. I sat in the chair and I passed out. Like out fucking cold. And I woke up like 3 times in the middle of the night to pee. Because, well, I hadn't peed all day. Yeah. The, the best part about it was I got up Sunday morning. I didn't even have a hangover. But I was like I am now, coughing, stuffy, and I was just like, this fucking sucks. Like I literally almost thought about coming home before I played golf, but I was like, fuck it, I'm here.
Wow.
I'm like, fuck it, I'm here. I'm gonna play. So I just went out and played golf, had fun. I didn't drink the second day when I was there. Let's just say that was, a good call. But when I drove home, I had to stop 2 times on the way home because I was coughing so bad that I couldn't drive.
That's outstanding.
So, yeah, it was a fun couple of days. And then I missed Monday and Tuesday for work because I was so sick. So, yeah. So that's what has me geeked. And the whole preface of that is I actually got to play the golf course that I've wanted to play my entire life.
And this golf course, does it have a name?
You want the name too?
I mean, if you want me to put it in the show notes, yeah.
Yes, there is a name for the golf course. It is called Leather Stocking. And it's a fantastic golf course. We made plans to actually go back next year in the summertime and play it when we can actually play it, you know, and not have to worry about it being dark when you play 17 and 18.
Right.
But apparently it doesn't really matter for some of us on 17 and 18. Like he hit a drive. So I have pictures. I don't have a picture of the actual 18th hole, but the 18th hole, there's an island that you tee off on. And
Oh,
you tee
nice.
off on over water. So he hit a drive right smack in the middle of the fairway. He hit a 5-iron to about 100 yards and then chipped on to 8 feet in the fucking dark and two putted for a par.
Wow,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
that's insane.
So
Well,
And
come
this
on.
is why
This is
people
this,
break his clubs.
this is the same kid. And I remember Sean telling me this story, Corb's telling me this story. When they were in high school on his birthday, Justin got so drunk before school, went to school at CNS. The dean saw him, grabbed Corbs, and said he needs to go home before he gets suspended. Now, he played on the golf team. Justin's birthday is May 11th. And he had a match that afternoon.
Oh boy.
Now, Corbs had taken him home, put him to bed. Corbs had to go back to school because Sean had a game that day, and a baseball game that day. Corbs and Justin had the same class, newspaper class together every day. So the next day they go to class And just then they open up the sports section, and if your name is in the sports section or in the paper for that day, you get an A for the day. He opens up the sports section and he goes, "Holy shit, I shot a 37." He didn't even remember that he had played. He was that drunk before school.
Jesus.
True story.
Yep. That kid can play, he can play golf in all kinds of predicaments. He can play, I've seen him play where he can't even open his eyes. He's that drunk and play better than all of us.
Still does.
Yep. He still does it. Yeah. I've seen that kid drink so much.
Yep.
So that doesn't surprise me at all.
That's it. I'm done.
All right. Well, I guess it's my turn. And for me, what's got me geeked is we're back in Spoozie season. That's a way callback. Spooky season's here. Halloween's upon us, and I'm gonna go ahead and take my chance at what's got me geeked to throw a little bit of a Halloween roundtable at you guys. I gave you a heads up this time. I'm not throwing it at you where you're going to go into it blind. What we're going to do is, I think we formulated, 6 questions all together. We're going to go around and just see what everybody has to say. Question 1. What is your favorite Halloween treat? And I changed it up because, I mean, not everything you get at Halloween is candy. So, we're gonna go round the horn like it looks on my screen. So we're gonna start with Hugh for all of these, and then I'll direct traffic from there.
I kind of dig the 100-gram bar, those little 100-gram bars. It's like
Nice.
crispy rice and caramel and chocolate.
That is a good answer. Mine, I would say it's when you get the full size Butterfingers.
Mm.
Yep.
The full-size tooth breakers.
Yes, my favorite. Probably why I got the missing tooth.
That's
That's
Halloween.
probably got 5 missing teeth then.
Right.
Yeah.
For me, well, it was before it was peanut butter cups. Reese's peanut butter cups. Love the peanut butter cups, but now I can't.
Before they tried to kill you.
Yes.
Diabetes.
Not even diabetes. Not it's not.
No.
had nothing to do-
No,
nothing
I
to do
know.
with
I know it's
diabetes.
not. No, I
Yeah.
know.
I mean, I've got that on top of it, but it's
You turn into the brown Hulk.
I do.
Yes, to wear the brown pants. Yes.
I have to wear the
That's
brown
right.
pants at night.
DC.
Mine will forever be, always will be, continues to be full size Snickers.
That was
I
almost
love
my
Snick-
answer.
I love Snickers. I you know, back in when we were all kids, with the exception, I think, of maybe Jack, because we're all at least 10 years older than he is, at least. Was back in the day, they didn't make the fun size. It was always full size. So it was full size Snickers.
Nice. Jack.
So we're all doing chocolate here, it sounds like. Let's throw a little curveball at this. I'm a big fan. Sean, what was it? Not Sean. What's his name? Marshawn Lynch and I can agree to this. I like some good Skittles, the original Skittles. I really like that candy. It's my favorite Halloween treat. I just like all the flavors, and even to this day, I like to separate the colors and then eat them all together at the end because I like to put all the purples together, all the red together, all the yellow, all the green, and all the red. It's awesome. And then I just pick one out by one, and then eat them. I know you can probably just eat them all, but I like separating the colors as well. We call that a
Yeah,
jack.
so did our founding fathers.
Skittle
What?
segregation. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
You went there. I didn't go there. Yeah.
Oh, I was already
Yeah.
typing it.
Yeah. Wow.
All
You were
right.
worried about the downy too.
Man, Jack, you're just a racist bigot motherfucker tonight, man.
Call Dr. Orchid.
All right. So, question number 2. the flip side of that, what is your worst Halloween treat? Like, what is the worst one out there? Hugh,
Candy corn. I fucking hate candy corn.
I
It
knew
is
that was going to come
disgusting.
up sooner than later. For me, it's those fucking popcorn balls. I just, they're basically a fucking brick. And it's also probably why
Put it
lost tooth.
away.
Corbs,
Yeah. For me,
what is
getting
up
the
there?
getting toothpaste, like
Oh,
a
also a good
toothbrush.
call.
'Cause I always
Yes.
remember going to that one house that you would get like the dental stuff. Like you're getting all this candy and then some schmuck gives you a toothbrush and a thing of toothpaste. What the fuck is that all about?
Right. DC.
Um, Hugh stole my answer, but the other
We can
one for
both hate candy corn, dude.
no,
It's
no, I
okay.
still hate candy corn. I hate it to this day. I can't even look at it. But the other one was getting apples
Yeah.
because they were never fresh. They were always bruised, gross, and just, yeah, no, not apples. Plus, it weighed the bag down when you're trying to run from house to house. So, I mean, and Corbs will tell you this. When we went out, started at 6, right around 6, between 6 and 7, and we didn't come back from trick-or-treating until one year we got back, it was 11:30.
Jesus.
We went out and we had pillowcases, and the game was, can you fill it to the top? Can you fill a pillowcase to the top? And we would go from, so we would spend Halloween, some years we would spend it in our neighborhood, and some we would spend it in my grandmother's neighborhood. My grandmother's neighborhood was bigger. So we would go out with our friends and see if we could fill up a pillowcase. The most we ever got was probably 2/3 full. We could never get it to the
Wow.
top. Never. I mean, and we would traverse neighborhoods. We crossed Hopkins Road one year when we were at my grandmother's in the meadow, and we were in Oop Meadows. We were and we when we were in off of Allen Road on Baxton, where we grew up, we would go all the way over to the junior high school and back in there. That's what we would do. We would just go, and it was dead on sprint house to house so we could get as much candy as possible. And one year we went out, it was snowing so hard and we weren't wearing coats. It was just, can we get home before we froze to death with as much candy as possible? And we damn near, like I said, both of us, we got 2/3 and 2/3 full, but mine was apples. Sorry, I went off on a tangent.
Jack.
Avery once got root vegetables. Her
Oh,
lady tried to give her.
Jesus.
There was a house up the street. It's a really strange one-level house. It's all brick. It's set back, and nobody ever sees the neighbors. She wanted to knock on the door. They were like, "Oh, we don't have any. We weren't planning on Halloween, but hold on." And this lady comes out with a bowl, and there's like an onion, a potato, and a carrot in it. She's like, "Here, you can have one of these." That's weird. We don't stop at that house anymore.
Right?
Right.
Jack.
So, quick little story though, that what I don't like is the Tootsie Roll. So the reason I don't like a
Fair.
Tootsie Roll, I remember you go trick-or-treating, you go house to house. Now these kids the cars come with them. When we were kids, you go house to house, you walk, but like I said, never forget, you get Tootsie Rolls. I don't like them. The reason why, this lady had a long driveway, spiral staircase, and I remember it vividly. It was a rainy, cold night. You had to knock on her door 3 times. That she put on a note, knock 3 times. She comes out with a bowl, and like you're like shivering, you're cold. She's like, "Okay, take one Tootsie Roll and then go on your way." It's like one of those little Tootsie Rolls, and then you have to go out to the next house. It's like, what the fuck? This is the worst thing ever. I went up your long driveway, a spiral staircase, knocked 3 times. You come to the door after like 2 minutes, and then you're like, "Okay, take one Tootsie Roll, save the rest for everybody." You have like 500 in your fucking bowl, woman, and you just like take one now. It's like, All right, whatever. But I don't like the Tootsie Rolls.
Ooh, you had to work for your free candy. Jesus.
She was a bee. I didn't like that lady.
She was a
Dude,
bee.
we didn't all walk. Okay. You say kids have cars. We had cars for when I grew up because you needed them to get to the next house because the next house was like 3/4 of a mile away.
My parents used to drop us off in another neighborhood and come back in like 5 hours. Like, okay,
Where
go
there are
have
no
fun.
neighborhoods. It's woods.
I know,
It's
like
fucking
that's but
Altmar. It's
that,
woods and salmon fishing and people fucking their cousins, okay?
shoot them.
On that
Okay.
note, question 3. What was your favorite Halloween costume? It could be when you were a kid or as an adult, whatever.
I wasn't sure what you meant by this because my answer was going to be anyone I can find that fits because there really aren't any Halloween costumes for fat guys with big beards and long hair. Maybe Hagrid, but I'd get canceled for that. So, thanks, J.K. Rowling. But my favorite costume that I ever wore, and Paul, you have to know this. I must have shown you the picture of me as mankind back when I worked at AT&T. My ex mother-in-law took some leather and she actually made me the mask with rivets and everything. I had the long hair. I wore sweatpants, sneakers, button-up shirt, and a smiley face tie and a sock on my
That's
hand.
awesome.
And I went to work like that. It was awesome.
That is great. Mine was just a few years back. It was kind of a themed Halloween. I was Peter B. Parker from Into the Spider-Verse because that's when Kylie was really into Spider-Gwen. So I figured I'd get, into it with her. So again, I also got to wear sweatpants, and a coat, and I went and bought an Under Armour like Spider-Man costume top. So I had the too tight costume with my belly hanging out and everything. Didn't have to
Nice.
worry about a mask or anything. It was great until we got about halfway around and the fucking skies opened up.
The horror.
Yeah, I was fucking like soaked to the skin and like cutting glass. It was bad. It was bad news. But I had a lot of fun with it. And Kylie appreciated it, which is probably the last time I could ever say that about the child. But Corpse, what about you?
I honestly don't remember a lot of my costumes, so um, I don't even remember what I was, to be honest with you. I think at one point I was a baseball player.
Shocking.
A baseball
Yeah.
fury you were.
Yeah, I think that was probably the only thing I remember.
I remember one time you were Negan.
I was Negan.
Yes.
We are all Negan.
Fair enough. But yeah, I'll go with, I'm sure I was more than once or twice I was a baseball player, so
It just makes sense. It's easy.
right.
So, all
So we'll go with that.
right, DC.
One year I went as myself. That was my favorite costume. Somebody asked me what I was, and I said, I'm a homicidal maniac. I look just like everyone else. So, and if you know where that movie that's from, more power to you. But I did. I went as myself. It's my favorite costume. I didn't have to dress up. Um, I just went in whatever clothes I had on for the day. And people kind of looked at me kind of strange because I did look kind of, I made myself look kind of deranged. Like I messed with when I talked to them, I messed my eyes, stuff like that. But that was my favorite costume because I didn't have to dress up at all.
That's almost as bad as the t-shirt that says this is my Halloween costume.
Yep.
Yeah.
I could go as Peter, like I went to your party.
Yep. Yes, you did. I forgot about that. Jack, how about you?
I was watching a camera tape the other day and I found that I was a vampire in third grade and I thought this was really good. So yes, a vampire, you have the white makeup on, the black eye makeup, and I used to have hair. So my hair was slicked back, looked like Eddie Munster. And I had those, and it looked really good. And then I had those blood capsules, those gel things, so it looked like blood was coming out with the fake teeth. What's funny about this costume is like, yes, you have the cloak, you have the dress shirt and all that. My stomach is huge. It's like, what the fuck happened to this guy? my mom put a pillow in my stomach because we went trick-or-treating at night because it was so cold out. She's like, "You're gonna get cold." So like I had like on the camera tape, it looks like my chest is out to like here. It's like, what the hell's going on? So it's like when I say trick or treat, like my chest is out to here. It's like, what the hell? But I thought that was a good costume. And real quick, it was either this one or this one. I was Waldo one year, like Where's Waldo in college. So I literally photobombed every picture. So I was like, "Where's Waldo?" So I just like jumped in everybody's picture. They probably hated me by the end of the night, but I was in like everybody's picture. So like I'm in the background doing something stupid, but like Waldo was a good Halloween costume too.
That is a good
Did,
one.
That is pretty
here's the
good.
question though. Did anyone actually try to find you?
No, I found them. That's what made it worse for them. They're like, "Get this freak out of here." I'm like, "I don't care. It's kind of fun. I'm having fun doing it."
Nice.
All right. Question 4. What is your favorite Halloween themed movie, TV special, episode of a TV show?
Hey, come on, Halloween.
Just in the name.
There isn't anything else that matters when it comes to that question.
I don't agree, but okay.
Me neither.
No, don't agree either.
It's
I'm
like
in.
if somebody were to ask me what's your favorite Christmas movie, what is it, Corbs?
Die Hard.
Die Hard.
We'll get back to that in December.
Yep.
Again,
Right.
again.
Every year.
All right, for me, and I again, this is where Hugh can say again. It's The Crow. Every year,
Okay.
love that movie. The original, sorry, the
The original
original from
made it, yep.
1994. The only
Yep.
one that really exists, if you ask me.
True.
And yeah, love that movie. For the longest time, it was the most watched movie in my repertoire. I'm pretty sure Clerks has defeated that, but that's not a Halloween movie. So,
You could
Corpse,
find a way to turn that into a Halloween movie, I feel.
3 maybe.
Yeah.
So I actually got 2, but I'll go with this one this year. I like Idle Hands.
Very good movie.
Good movie.
So I like that one. Devin Swan, Jessica Alba.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That
so
little angel costume.
yeah,
Mm.
that's the reason why I like it. Not gonna lie to you. So, but yeah. So, and my other one, I'll tell you my other one is Transylvania 65000.
Nice. Going way back.
Yeah, but I'm not a big horror fan, as everybody knows. But I did like Idle Hand. It was,
That was good.
yep.
DC.
Horror flick wise, I'm also not a big horror flick fan, but mine is the original Nightmare on Elm Street.
Another
I,
classic.
yeah, I mean, it's one of those ones that it's probably it's not the first horror flick I ever saw. The first horror flick I ever saw was original Friday the 13th. Um, to this day, you're all gonna be shocked. I've never seen the original Halloween.
Wow.
Never. But I have seen the original Nightmare on Elm Street. I've seen Nightmare on Elm Street 2, 3, 4, New Nightmare, and the newer one version with Jackie Early there, which is terrible. But the original is my favorite. I won't watch it again, um, but because I'm not a horror person. But yeah, original Nightmare on Elm Street, Robert Englund.
Nice. Jack.
Thanks, DC. So it leads me
Still your
into
answer?
basically. So yes, we don't call it a horror movie, we call it a slasher. So yes,
Yeah.
leading into your last question too, because it ties together. My favorite Halloween movie and character is Nightmare on Elm Street. I know, but I feel like I don't.
Jump ahead.
All right, fine. I feel like it will be taken. That's why I'm gonna because I
There
feel
is
Trying
like
no
to get into
taken
it.
in this. You just answer with
You
what
can,
your
yep.
answer is.
Yeah, it's not a one and done. You guys can have the same answer. It's cool.
yeah. So no, I just like the Nightmare on Elm Streets for sure. All the
Nice.
characters from like Heather Langenkamp, Robert Englund, John Saxton, Johnny Depp, of course, which was kind of neat Like when it was first introduced, it said John Depp, and yeah, like literally, it was really cool. Like Fred Krueger, they called him in the first one instead
Yep.
of Freddy Krueger, which I thought was neat. And the Dream Warriors, it says introducing Larry Fishburne. Lawrence Fishburne was in it, which I thought was really cool. I like that. But all those movies were really good, even though they get a little campy and all that towards the end. But I think they're pretty fun. I remember when I started buying DVD box sets, I bought the Nightmare on Elm Street box set, and there's a DVD where you can go through like the boiler room, the houses, and like each thing you click on, it's interactive menus. So it's like over like 12 hours of bonus features. So Robert Englund is playing, as we know in the movie, Freddy Krueger, and what we all know what the character is based off of, and it's kind of scary for if you really think about it. But he adds comedy with it as well. And what DC was saying with Jackie Earl Haley, it was just plain weird the way he did it. Don't get me wrong, some people like his concept, but I really like
I
how Robert
liked it.
Englund. Yeah, I know. Yes, yeah, like some people like it, but like how Robert Englund did it, I really just enjoyed it because he just says like funny quotes. He's like, "Welcome to prime time, bitch." He's like, call this a wet dream or something like that. I like those Nightmare on Elm Street kind of movies. So that's what I would say
Nice.
for a Halloween movie.
Question 5. All right, that's what Jack's jumping
I
for.
I didn't.
Um,
Yeah, I waited.
your favorite Halloween or horror character? Hugh.
Pinhead. Easy.
Nice. For me, it's a tie between the creature from the Black Lagoon, the Gill Man, or Pennywise from It. Little kind of far on the spectrum there, but Corbs, you're muted again there, Chief.
No, I'm not.
No, you're not.
No. I don't know. The amount of horror movie I've watched, you know, uh,
Slim to none.
yeah. So I don't know. I'll go with Leatherface. I mean, I have seen the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That was the very first
Hmm.
horror movie that I ever saw. So probably the last horror movie I ever saw. Also, actually, I did take it back. I saw Freddy versus Jason,
Nice.
and I'll admit to that in public. I don't know why. So
All right, DC.
At least you didn't have to buy it as a Valentine's Day gift, which is what my wife asked for when we were married. Was that because my wife was a huge horror flick fan. My favorite character, there's a lot for me. Original Bela Lugosi, Dracula, you know, original Frankenstein, Wolfman, but um as you move on, like I like Dracula from Bram Stoker's Dracula, Gary Oldman. Um, but it's a tie for me, obviously, with Freddy Krueger and Jason Voorhees.
Nice.
Um, like I named, Freddy Krueger. Why? Because it's my favorite flick, horror slash slasher slash Halloween, whatever. But you know, when you talk about Jason Voorhees, when Corbs and I were little, we used to go camping every summer. And one year we went to Crystal Lake.
Oh
Nice.
my God.
Do you remember that, Corbs? With Linda and Tom and Jeff? So we went to the actual Crystal Lake and we kept fucking with each other. So it got real intense, real freaky, real scary because we went for walks at night at Crystal Lake. So, uh, yeah. So those two.
Nice. And Jack, we have no idea what you're about to say. What's your favorite horror character?
Deputy Winston. Threw you a curveball, didn't I? I just, yeah, no, you're right though. It is, of course, Freddy Krueger, but like I was like, okay, let's think of something real quick. What can I do? Deputy Winston in Cabin Fever. His character was just like stupid, but it was so fun. So he wanted to hang out with the college kids and drink with them. He's like, "Hey man, what's going on, man?" It was just so stupid, and it was a funny kind of stupid too. You're like, "Who is this weird guy in this movie?" But his character was kind of funny, and that little kid also in Cabin Fever that yells pancakes and that goes all kung fu, which I thought was kind of
Wait,
funny as well.
I thought that was
So
Kev. But
yeah, no,
okay.
But Cabin Fever had some funny little like minor characters that made the movie good. Eli Roth, like I said, I'm not a big horror fan as well, but I thought that was kind of a fun movie with Cabin Fever. I'm like, Ryder Strong, Boy Meets World, Sean's in this movie. I was like, that was pretty cool. But Deputy Winston and the kid that yells pancakes, I thought were pretty fun characters to watch.
Pancake Kid. Okay.
He does
Um,
kung fu.
what is, in your opinion, the most overrated thing about Halloween? Hugh.
Halloween lists.
But you've been doing this for how many years?
Yeah, I know. No, actually, it's the Halloween baking challenge.
Ah,
It's really any of those baking challenge shows. They're just so stupid. I hate them.
gotcha. For me, it's these fucking trunk or treats.
Yeah.
It's just we put all the effort in so kids can come and literally take all of your candy, and then you have to scramble to refill because they're still coming. And no, I I want to go back to where it's just trick or treating. You come to me, I throw candy at you, get off my porch.
Off my lawn.
Exactly. Corbs.
Uh, I don't know. The emphasis on like I don't know, haunted houses. Like
Okay.
all these places like I don't know, Fright Nights and all those places and stuff like that. I can remember when we were younger that like people would make their own haunted houses. You'd go to the house or whatever, and you could walk through this family's house and they set it up to be like a haunted house. Now you have to pay to go to these places and do the same shit.
Right.
Yeah, it's because we
It's
don't want fucking strangers walking through our house, stealing our shit, putting COVID all over it, and killing our animals and stuff.
okay.
If the world wasn't as fucked up as it is, don't you think with my front lawn, I would be doing that? I'd be like, yeah, set up the house like that. But fuck no. I don't even want you guys in my house. I don't want complete strangers in my house.
He's right. He doesn't. In the fucking what, 12 years I've known him, I've been to his house once, like inside his house once, I think.
Were you actually inside? Because I know you've
Yes.
been on the porch. Okay.
Yep.
Oh my God.
All right. DC.
Um, there's a lot with, the overrated things about, Halloween and stuff like that. I do have to agree with Corbs about having to pay to get your fucking somebody to scare you. Like, you know, it's it's just, I mean, don't get me wrong. Some of the things that I've watched, like haunted house things, where people walk through and they have big productions and people make a lot of money off this stuff. Don't get me wrong. And they have actors and this, that, and the other thing. Some of them are pretty cool, but I'm not paying 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks. I'll tell you about one. I went on a haunted hayride, I think right before I got married or right after I got married in October, right after I proposed to my wife in October, at the end of that month, we went on a haunted hayride. And I went with my brother-in-law and sister-in-law and my wife's cousin and her husband. And we were in this big trailer, went through the haunted hayride, we got the shit scared out of us. But the greatest thing that I've ever seen in my entire life was right at the end. This fool came running towards the trailer or whatever we were on, and had the chainsaw without the saw blades on it, whatever like this, and was scaring. But there was a false bottom in the trailer. The bottom dropped out. He popped up, scared the shit out of us, and my wife punched him right in the face.
God.
Decked this kid, knocked him complete. I think she knocked him out. Blood everywhere. It
Jesus.
was absolutely hysterical. I literally, not joking, was 27 at the time. I pissed in my pants. I was laughing that hard.
So this poor kid was working a job,
Yep.
gets assaulted to the point there's blood everywhere, and you think that's funny?
Oh my God. Because she let out this blood-curdling scream and then jacked this kid. I mean, listen, my wife hits hard, and she hit this kid so hard. Heard the oh no, I mean I'm literally trying not to laugh my ass off right now about it. But that was hysterical. That's probably the greatest thing on Halloween I've ever seen.
No, some of my fondest memories were I remember when I was a kid, my dad would be like, "We're going to the Trail of Terror," or like one time we were locked in a box one time for 20 minutes and we had to get out of it, and it was pretty fun during those Halloween things. So no, and one time was like a Blair Witch house. We were like escorted by death, where we had to go and like solve some mysteries and all that. And like he was pointing at a bed one time, and a strobe light was going off, and literally you had to tap the bed, and somebody like jumped out of the bed. It's like holy shit! Like that was really cool. I thought that was fun. But all right, what I don't like about Halloween time, when did pumpkin picking become so bougie? Like I really don't like that. That's so like the past like couple years, like I got my pumpkin someplace else, but like when I was dating, I went to Tim's Pumpkin Patch one year. You had to pay like 15, $20 to park your car, get pumpkins, and then you can go inside and get food. It's like an assembly line of people, and like everybody's taking pictures, everyone's having fun. They're doing like all this stuff like pumpkin picking, I get it. You get a barrel, you get your pumpkins, get your stalks, get your gourds, you go home. But now like when you go pumpkin picking, it's very bougie. You get your pumpkin spice lattes and you go pumpkin picking. You pay a cover charge to park, which I feel like you're going to a concert, and I don't like how bougie pumpkin picking's getting. I can go about this for hours, but I'm done now.
All
Uh,
right.
Hey, Jack, just so you know, if you decide to give Tim's another chance, I don't know what Tim's Pumpkin Patch you went to, but we have been going there every year for like 10 years and they don't charge you to park.
I think it was on
They
a Saturday, that's why, because there's like
That's what we always go on Saturdays.
okay.
They will charge you $10 if you plan on coming in and doing anything other than buying a pumpkin or going into the store because they do
Gotcha.
have other stuff there and the maze. They don't charge you for the activities inside. But if you're just walking in where the pumpkins are, you don't have to pay anything except pay for your pumpkins.
Okay. No, I went to this
Nice.
place in Elbridge last weekend. I got three pumpkins, three gourds, and two stalks. $14. You can't beat that. I thought that was really good. And the stems on these pumpkins, they're pretty good too. I'm like, all right.
Nice. So it's a bonus question. What is your best Halloween memory?
Oh, I got mine.
All right.
Definitely wasn't answering questions on a Halloween list. I can tell you that.
You already used that one. Um,
Hey,
so what is? Now this
that's
is the
my
one that's gonna
answer, and
throw
I'm
everybody
sticking
off.
to it.
All right, really good answer. Um, God, I would have to say my best Halloween, and I just recounted this the other night to the kids, and it was the year I was maybe 8 or 9, and I was dressed up as He-Man. I remember specifically, and that was the year we got the snowstorm on Halloween, and froze my nuts off. It was so cold that like my costume was like cracking apart because that's when they were like that fucking awful vinyl
Yep.
jumpsuits, and
Yep.
then the plastic masks that slice your face up.
Yep.
And I mean, it was the worst experience ever, but that is my favorite Halloween memory. Corbs,
Uh, excuse me.
was it the
So,
Halloween that you weren't choking and coughing to death?
That's always a good Halloween memory. No, mine was um excuse me. We as a group oh, I was muted myself. We decided as a group we were going to a haunted house. So it was myself, my friend Mike. Um, you can get in here. It's creepy. I heard the story. Um, it at the time it was not my girlfriend, but my girlfriend now, Kelly, and one of her friends. There was a bunch of us. There was like 7 or 8 of us or whatever. And we were walking through the haunted house, and somebody jumped out, and we were kind of all in a group. And I elbowed my buddy Mike in the face. Now you're thinking, oh, how is this the funny part about it? So I elbowed my buddy Mike. His nose started bleeding.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. So the girl that was in the room that we were, she was like, "Oh my God." So she she had him sit down. She had an open chair in her display. So he sat down on the chair, blood running down his face. And people were coming through, thought we were part of the fucking haunted house. So yeah, that was pretty. That was a
That's
long time. That was pretty fun.
outstanding.
Yeah. So
DC.
So
22.
we it was when my oldest kid was probably, I want to say he was 12, maybe 13 years old. And his buddy, his name was Mason. His name's Mason Lambert. His dad used to own Angry Banana tattoo shop in North Syracuse. But anyway, so we're in our neighborhood over in East Syracuse, and they're gonna go trick-or-treating. So Alex was about 6 or 7, Jake was 12 or 13, and Mason was the same age as Jake. And we're walking down the street. Kids are going house to house. I would take Alex to one house. Shell would take him to the next house, blah, blah, blah. But Jake and Mason were going a couple of houses ahead of us. And right at the end of the block, family sitting outside, two dads or whatever sitting towards the end of the driveway, says, "Candy's up at the garage. The garage is open." Jake and Mason walk up to the garage. Mom comes out with the candy, and all of a sudden, a chainsaw starts up. Oh, hits the chainsaw like this. Guy jumps out with the chainsaw. Jake and Mason drop, scream, and run down the block, around the corner of the block, and they just keep running, running and running and running. We finish with Alex trick or treating, just go around the small block because he was really little. Get home, walk in the house, and the phone is ringing. Now, I haven't been able to find my son in the last hour or Mason. Pick up the phone. It's back for, we had cell phones where you always had them with you and all that other kind of crap. House phone's ringing, pick it up. It's Mason's mom saying that Jake and Mason made it all the way to her house. Now, from where I lived to where they went was about 2 miles. They were under Mason's bed, shaking like a leaf, rattling the stuff in his room. That was my fondest memory. They got the shit scared out of them and they ran literally 2 miles to Mason's house. Hilarious. That's my best memory.
Love it.
Jack, bring it home.
So one of my buddies, he really enjoys Halloween. He says he never gets scared. So a group of us got together and we're like, okay, we're gonna scare him. So we tied cans to his car when he was leaving work one day. So we tied cans to his car, and he was driving away. He's like, "What was that about?" So he cuts the cans loose, and he's like, "Oh," goes on his way. So my friend gives me the camera because I'm recording this stuff, and like I'm doing like selfies before selfies were a thing. I'm like, we're putting the cans on the car, and we're doing this, and then I'm turning the camera to myself, and then we take the cans, and he gets back home after midnight. So because this is when you live at home before you live on your own. So we go to his parents' house and we put the cans on the front step. So we're putting the cans on like one can, two cans. The lights go on. We didn't know anybody was home. So like he opens the door and he talks like this, my friend. He literally opens the door. He's like, "What the hell is going on?" I freak out because I don't know he's coming. I turn the camera to myself. It's like Blair Witch style. I'm like, abort, abort, abort the mission. Oh my God, we've been caught. We've been caught. I'm freaking out. Like, I'm scared shitless because I was like, oh my God, he caught us. I didn't know he would catch us. He literally comes out of his house. He's just in his pajama bottoms and like an arm shirt or something like that. He's like, "What are you doing, man? What is going on? Not cool." You can hear his mom in the background. I was like, "Bri, what's going on? Is everything okay?" "Mom, don't worry. I got this." "Jack, is that you? This isn't cool, man." Like all my friends bail on me and like they're all hiding in my car because I drove the car there and parked the next street over. And I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm sorry about this." He's like, "No, not cool. This was really scary. You really, really scared me to shit." And his mom's like, "Does Jack want to come in? We can have soda and popcorn." He's like, "No, Mom, it's after midnight. You should go home." I'm like, so I was like freaking out. I was like, "Oh my God." That turned to be a scary moment to one of my favorite moments because sometimes when my friends and I get together, we try to relive these memories and we still have the videos. So watching that video, that happened like probably back in 2005. But it was like, oh my God, it was like, holy shit. Like, yeah, it's like, yeah, at the time it looked like a creepy story. It turned to be really stupid. And now it's just like, I don't give a shit anymore. It's just a funny memory.
Very cool. All right. So we're gonna move this along finally out of the initial segment of the show to guys. What are you playing?
I started playing Metroid Zero Mission on the Game Boy Advance. Just started playing yesterday. Enjoying it so far, except for the music. The music is fucking awful, at least in the first area, but I'm having a good time with it.
Cool. Any of the Corbett boys playing anything? Video
Uh,
games?
I'm playing Tom Clancy's Breakpoint, Halo Master Chief Edition, and college football as usual.
And I got nothing.
You got nothing. Corbs? No, just cookies. All right. Well, I'm not playing it yet because I'm waiting for it to come out to the free edition on PlayStation Plus. But I want to talk about a game real quick called Green Hell. Have you guys heard about this?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I have messed around with that.
Okay. So Hugh knows what I'm talking about then. I'm just going to read the blurb about it because I have yet to experience it. It's an open world survival simulator set in the uncharted, unique setting of the Amazonian rainforest. You're left alone in the jungle without any food or equipment, trying to survive and find your way out. Clinging to life, the player is set on a journey of durability as the effects of solitude wear heavy not only on your body but also your mind. How long can you survive against the dangers of the unknown? On this journey, you won't get any help from the outside world. Equipped only with your bare hands, you'll have to learn actual survival techniques to build shelters, make tools, and craft weapons in order to hunt and defend yourself. Constantly threatened by the jungle, you'll fight with both wild animals and tropical sicknesses. Players will also have to face the traps set by your own mind and fears that crawl in the darkness of the endless jungle. And the storyline goes, you are thrown deep into the emerald and impenetrable Amazonian rainforest, the Green Hell. Your goal is to survive the depths of a nightmarish environment using truly intuitive means to escape. Having only a radio at your disposal, you will follow the familiar voice of a loved one through this endless and inhospitable jungle, unveiling bit by bit how you got there in the first place. What you discover will be worse than what you fought so hard against to survive.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. There's more to it, but I don't want to ruin the surprise. There's quite a twist to the game, as I understand.
Well, I tried playing it on VR and I got as far as the very first, you're walking in a stream, and I was like, so I didn't get to
Oh,
play it beyond that.
That's right. VR is where it's at with the radio voice in your ear and stuff. Yeah, I don't want to give away the twist, but I've heard it's a pretty good one. But if
Did
there's
you did you hear that WWE 2K25 is coming to mobile phones, to Android at least?
oh, nice. No, I did not hear that.
Yeah, if you're a Netflix subscriber, that's part of that whole Netflix games thing. But
Gotcha.
I don't know if you have any Android devices you can play it on. I've heard nothing about Apple, but I thought that might interest you.
Very cool. Yeah. No, I didn't know about that. I'll have to look into that and see if it's coming over to the orchard or not. So,
Hey,
but
hey, hey. What do you call two monkeys that share an Amazon Prime account?
Primates.
Primates.
all right. So we're gonna stick it to break.
Stick it.
Yeah.
Just stick
We're
it to
gonna
break.
send it to break and we'll come back with the news.
Stick
Stick
with
with
us.
us, guys. Yeah, stick it with us. Stick it to us.
Stick it to us.
Stick it. The 3-3 shop is now open on TeePublic, offering a wide range of official merch from your favorite no-budget podcast network, 3-3 Productions. The home of current favorites like GeekPod and upcoming shows like Tales from the Keep and Codename Revolt. New and retro styles debuting all the time. Get yours at https://tee.lic/THE/the3shop. That's t.pub/lick/the33 shop. Get yours now.
Now, before you worry that this week's going to be a downer like last week, I have good news. I won't be bringing up the unlawful destruction of the entire East Wing of the White House, or the $230 million in legal damages our president is set to pay himself out of our tax dollars, or the fucking insane AI video of him wearing a crown, flying a jet, and dumping liquid shit all over protesters, or the hailed ceasefire in Israel that lasted all of a week, or whatever else is on the front page of Google News today. Fuck that shit. Fuck that guy. Here's the news. First up, so that's where you draw the line? It's been reported this week that there was once a Kylo Ren Solo movie in the works set after Rise of Skywalker. Ren actor and digitally de-aged Ron Perlman cosplayer Adam Driver revealed that he had pushed hard and Kathleen Kennedy and the rest of the team were on board. But then they went to Bob Iger. Iger stated he did not understand how Ben Solo/Kylo Ren could be alive. And that was that. He shut it down. In a series about space wizards, laser swords, a woman flying through the vacuum of space unprotected by force of will, bipedal bear dogs that can fly a spaceship, criminal slugs, giant carnivorous desert buttholes, and every major character who dies coming back as a ghost, this is where you can no longer suspend your disbelief? Not that I care one way or another, I'm just floored that that was his line in the sand. I'm not even sure I understand the story of the new trilogy. I never thought we'd live in a world where the prequel trilogy would feel like the better movies, but here we are. Next up, I want to play a game. Joining screen adaptations of Monopoly and Exploding Kittens at the streamer, Netflix has announced they have acquired the rights to resource management board game Settlers of Catan. They said they have multiple TV and film projects, scripted and unscripted, live action and animated, all based on the property. Multiple. Listen, I don't want to piss off any board game geeks. Your hobby's just as legitimate as any others, and I'm sure this makes you as excited as when I heard Doctor Who was coming back in 2005. But multiple projects across all those spectrums? Really? I just can't see it. Without them adding a bunch of stuff that'll piss off the purist fans, I don't see how you turn a board game into that many different things. In some Netflix board meeting, they decided to pass on real quality ideas because some guy said, let's make the Catan universe. Who are these fucking idiots? How soon before we have a Candy Crush movie and tie-in TV series? Oh, wait, we had a TV series hosted by Mario Lopez, because of course it was hosted by Mario Lopez. And finally, cult comeback tour. Remember Allison Mack, the actress who played Chloe Sullivan on Smallville for 10 years, who ended up serving time for her actions in a sex cult? Nixon, Nick's event, whatever. Anyway, she has a podcast coming out on November 10th called Allison After Nixon for the Cult. Allison After the name of the cult, whatever it is. Basically, she's going to tell her side of things, and the goal is to document her before, during, and after. Will this be a comeback? While Smallville fans have a soft spot in their heart for her, it's not like she was ever going to be a big deal in Hollywood. I can't imagine this having a huge impact. Whether she was involved in the cult or not, I'm sure her future as co-host of Subway Surfers the Game Show with Mario Lopez on Netflix was guaranteed either way. And that's the news, kids. A decidedly non-Halloween themed edition because the regular news is the fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre all year long these days. Or maybe it's Human Centipede. Paul?
My uncle was late paying the Exorcist. He got repossessed.
If two vegetarians get in an argument, is it still called a beef?
That sounds familiar. Anyway,
They're just called deadbeats.
There you go.
all right. Let's kick it right over to trivia time with Jack.
The Count.
Count Jack.
Exactly. Trivia time with Count Jack. Hugh, pick a number between 1 and 5.
2.
2. Ha, ha, ha. What year did the first Spirit Halloween store open?
I have no fucking idea. 1996.
No.
Okay, what is it?
1983.
Wow, really?
I
Really?
didn't know they were around that long.
Me either.
Corbs.
Yeah,
1, 3, 4, 5.
5.
5. What was the original title of Michael Jackson's song Thriller?
Ghoul.
Is that your answer?
That is my answer.
No. Starlight.
Same thing.
Same thing. DC.
3.
3.
You motherfucker.
How's it feel?
He did it to me last week, too.
In the 1973 movie The Exorcist, what was the name of the spirit that communicates with Reagan, Linda Blair's character on a Ouija board?
I can't remember. I can't believe I can't remember.
This movie scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
Yeah, it did. It still scares my father to this day. He won't watch it.
No, I'm the same way.
I can't remember.
Captain Howdy. Paul.
He's still typing. Give him a minute.
I know.
That
Well,
was a
I'm gonna
long-winded one.
email these over to you so you just cut and paste.
Yeah, you said that last week, too.
I did
I didn't
email
know
them
that.
over to you last week.
Number
I
4.
Exactly. He's like, all right. 4. All right. Which actor or actress, so it could be an actor or actress, this Halloween movie was their favorite movie of all time? If I give you the movie, you would get the actor or actress.
I didn't understand the fucking question.
This role was her favorite role that he or she ever performed in, and it's a Halloween movie.
That role would be Laurie Strode,
No.
but the actress would have been Jamie Lee Curtis.
Nope. And the movie is Hocus Pocus.
Oh, so probably
Bette
Bette
Midler.
Midler.
Bette Midler, yes.
There you go.
All right, Paul, work together with the team. And then in this one, what was the original jack-o'-lanterns made out of?
Human heads. I'm just spitballing. I don't know if that's actually.
Potatoes.
You're close. It's turnips.
He's right. I've heard that.
I have 2.
So turnips.
Turnips. Very good work.
Turnips.
All right,
Turnips.
so as you said, you like your Halloween
Turnips.
theme. So what happened on Halloween in history? And in 1959, Lee Harvey Oswald announced in Moscow, Russia, he'll never return to the United States. That didn't work out, I don't think. In 1964, Barbra Streisand had an album called Peoples released, and it went #1 for 5 straight weeks. 1973 for you, Corbs. New York Mets pitcher Tom Seaver wins the NL Cy Young Award. And some nice Halloween birthdays. Ice, ice, baby. Dun, 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 dun. Vanilla Ice is 58, gonna be 58 this year. Rob Schneider will be 62, and that director Peter Jackson will be 64.
Wow. Snyder is that old?
Yup,
Holy shit.
that's what I said.
Yeah.
But Vanilla Ice, 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 baby. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
I am white chocolate.
I saw him and MC Hammer in concert at the War Memorial.
I'm
That's
sorry.
Yep.
That's
Hammer was
awesome.
good.
I went with one of my closest friends back in the day. We got tickets first thing in the morning, and we were in the 10th row.
Nice.
I remember that. I went to that too with you.
Yep. Me, you, Kevin, and
Steve.
Steve. Yeah.
Yep.
4 of us. Yep. Steve and I went and got the tickets for us.
Yep.
Probably at Kaufman's.
No, actually we went
Oh, you went right to the box office?
and we went to Ticketmaster at Pencan Mall.
Nice.
Next to Faye's drugstore, right?
Probably.
I'm sure, but yeah. And the only reason we weren't in the first row was because Steve and I got hungry and wanted a cup of coffee. We went over to McDonald's right there.
Yeah.
Went to McDonald's and came back, and we were first, and then we were 10th when we left. So we came back.
Perfect. All right.
Why do seagulls fly over the ocean?
Because they would be called land gulls if they didn't.
If they flew over the bay, they'd be called bagels.
I like that one.
All right. All right. Let's keep it moving. It's time for D&D with DC.
Hello, folks. Welcome to another segment of D&D with DC. Last time when I talked, we talked adventures and some of my favorites and some of the favorites of a lot of people who play Dungeons and Dragons. But keeping in our holiday theme, Halloween, there are several and one repeat that you can use for your Halloween-based adventures. The first one, which is a repeat, is Curse of Strahd. Curse of Strahd being a take on your classic vampire, where you travel to the land of Barovia to take on Count Baron Strahd von Zarovich. The horror theme, you face undead, vampires, werewolves, and a whole lot of other baddies as far as horror is concerned. It is for levels 1 through 10. It is one of the classics. It is a remake of the novel, I Ravenloft, from 1983. The next one is one that I just learned of. It's called The Spookiest Night Ever. This is another Halloween goth-based adventure. The players have to deal with quote-unquote amnesia. It's not amnesia. You wake up with a massive hangover trying to figure out what happened the night before. And all the steps that led up to you becoming inebriated. And what happens? And you're facing undead. You're facing, again, werewolves, vampires, all the types of things that have to deal with Halloween. Like I said, I just come across this. It is very new. You can run it as one shot, or you can run it as several adventures together. Bear with me for 1 second. The Spookiest Night is a what is that?
Is the twist that you find out you're on a golf course in Cooperstown the night before?
No. This is basically for 5th edition. It's available through the Dungeon Masters Guild. The adventure involves intoxicated adventurers trying to piece together what happened the previous night while navigating the domains of dread, confronting hags, undead, and other horrors. It is described as a hangover story with a horror twist. That's how they describe it. And the last adventure is one of my personal favorites. I have run it, I have been involved in it, and it's an original module from 1978 built by one of the creators of Dungeons and Dragons, Gary Gygax. It is called The Absolute Meat Grinder. It is the Tomb of Horrors. Tomb of Horrors is one of the, if not the most difficult adventure to take place in. It's not so much for combat, but for all of the puzzles that you have to solve. It plays on players' phobias. It plays on all of the basic things that you would think that your players can do. And it's not so much as your basic dungeon crawl, but the actual adventure was designed for one thing and one thing only, and that is to destroy your characters, to kill them. That's it. To kill them. You can beat it. I have read that, and I have been involved with one adventure during it that you can beat it. We went into the campaign with 10 people. 3 people made it out. My character was one of them included. And by the skin of my teeth, when I got done, I had 4 hit points left. So I was on my last leg. Like literally a sneeze could have killed me. It is classic. And like I said, they call it the meat grinder because that's exactly what it is. It's designed to kill your characters. Now,
Jesus.
you can have a Halloween-based or a horror-based adventure. You can make one yourself as a homebrew. You just have to include horror-based themes. And basically getting to know your characters. And that's basically what it's about as a dungeon master. You have to know your characters so that way you can build your homebrew adventures based on phobias from your characters. And one shot that I have seen is that every character is assigned a phobia, and then the adventure begins, and they run it based off the phobias of those particular characters and what they are.
Why does it always have to be snakes?
Exactly. Or spiders, or rats. Maybe you have a fear of drowning. Maybe you have a fear of heights. Whatever the case may be, you can use whatever you want to your advantage as a dungeon master to scare the living crap out of your player characters. This has been another segment of D&D with DC. Peace, love, and I hope that your characters die.
Love it.
Hey, dude,
Very
Yeah.
morbid.
That's just fucking vile.
It is really, but that's
Not
it
for the
though.
theme.
Right,
Not for
it
the
does
theme
fit
for
the
tonight.
theme. It
Hope
does
your
fit
characters
the
die.
theme. Um,
How do you fix a broken pumpkin
how?
with a pumpkin patch?
Nice.
Okay.
What
I
did the
like that
sink?
one.
What did the sink tell the toilet?
What?
Oh,
You flushed.
All
There
right.
okay.
What happened to the blue ship and the red ship that collided at sea?
They called Dr. Seuss.
The crew got marooned.
You don't quit your day job, Corbs.
All right. Well, that's gonna do it for our show this week, folks. That's all we got.
What's that all I got? I get more, but apparently I can't say anymore. So, Paul, go ahead and enlighten us. I'm being told like after I'm being booed off stage.
Right. We got out the hook. If we want democracy to flourish, we will have to fight for it. We'll have to nurture it. And we'll have to demonstrate its value again and again in improving the lives of ordinary people. That includes looking at the shortcomings of our own democracies. Only then will we be able to tell a better story of what democracy can be and must be, in this rapidly changing world. Now, we lost our way, allowed democracy to be abused, trampled. We need to take it back, correct course, and build it better by any means necessary. It's time for a revolution, and the revolution will be streaming.
This has been a GeekPod Network production.